your beliefs. They're super important. Let me explain. What you believe, I don't know if you've heard this before, what you believe, you receive. I don't know if I always believed that. And I'm coming to realize that that is a truth. What's really crazy, and this is a realization that I quite literally had just yesterday. I was in a self-development course, I guess you could say. I'm a little sucker for self-development. I like me some self-growth. And the person was sharing about beliefs. And I had this aha light bulb moment for myself, which was that, shoot, they're right. What they were saying was, beliefs always win. And when they first said that, I admittedly was like, let me think about that. Is that true always? Do beliefs always win? And as I thought about it, I was like, shoot, they're right. Beliefs always win. Why am I sharing that with you? Because it's actually really, 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 really important. And let me share why. In my life, for a long, and I'm talking a long time, I felt like I was running against the hamster wheel. And it's hard to explain. In one way, I was with the hamster wheel. I was doing the hypnotic trance thing. I was in the 9-to-5 type of cycle. Wake up, do the same thing, go to school, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. And what I suddenly realized yesterday was, with this individual talking about beliefs, is that our beliefs can and will override anything and everything else. I'm trying to think of a strong example, and to be honest, I don't know which one to give. There are probably many, many examples to illustrate this. Understand that, okay, let me think if I can think of an example. Let's take two different people, person A, person B. Person A, I think I've given like similar examples to this before, but person A was raised by, let's say average parents. They have some trauma, they have some stuff, but generally not a terrible childhood, pretty decent. Had some friends, didn't have friends at times, let's just call it an kind of an average life. Not fun, whatever, but let's call it an average life. Person A, average, fine, normal. Person B, unfortunately raised by a family with an alcoholic father, in a system, in an environment which was largely abusive, and they don't have the belief that they can make it or do it or achieve their dreams. Now, I can pretty much guarantee you that if you put these two people on the same path to, let's say, do the same thing, let's just say, I don't know, let's say you gave them a task. I don't even know, it could probably be basic, like even just shoveling snow or sweeping a floor. Let's say you gave both of these people that task. What might interest you is that what you'll notice, what you'll observe if you watch these two people carry out the same task, is that they do it completely differently. Not only that, person A will likely, this is going to maybe sound a little abstract, but try to hang in there with me. Person A will probably do the task. And not only that, their self-talk is probably, I'll say, more on the encouraging side. They were were raised because of their environment, because of their encouraging parents or whatever it was. They believe they can do it. Not maybe always. They believe they can do it though. And so they go ahead knowing that they have achieved some things, knowing that they can achieve things, and knowing that they can do new things. They go ahead, do this new task, and they complete the task. Now let's look at person B. Person B, refresher, was raised by a family with an alcoholic father and experienced a lot of abuse. Person B may not even try to do the task. Now, I don't know if this is necessarily as clear as an analogy as I would like it to be. The aha, however, was essentially for me was that, holy crap, for a lot of my life, what I realized was I've been doing that it's Thomas Edison quote, right? Or is it Einstein? Sorry, not Edison. E-names, Edison. It's Einstein, I believe. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So I had this humongous aha yesterday that, oh, like light bulb, maybe the thing that I need to change is indeed my approach. Like, it's the beliefs. And it's crazy, guys. I know that I appear as a positive girl, and I am, that's not a lie. And also, inside of my head is not as neat and pretty, as if I thought I am anyway. What's inside my head is not as neat and clean and whatever organized as I would like for it perhaps to be, and not as like believe in yourself as I may externally appear. My point is just that my self-talk is something I've had to learn to work with. And I realized really intensely yesterday that, holy crap, a big part of the, we'll call it a problem, but a stumbling block that I've had lately is that I am still trying to do things in an outdated way in some aspects of my life. And it was like, girl, that is never gonna work. You gotta change the math. Like, and this is raw and honest, but basically, until or unless, and I'm talking to me here, until or unless you believe in yourself, girl, where do you think you're gonna go? And it was an intense moment. You know, I'm laughing about it now, but quite honestly, at the moment, I had real existential anxiety. And I'll tell you how this came about, this subject. It's a funny little story. I was going through, like I said, I'm doing this like self-growth empowerment workshop. And I was going through some of the homework, through some of the worksheets. And one of the questions was something, I'm going to get the wording a little bit wrong, but was something like, name three of your, or like 3 things that you would consider accomplishments or major accomplishments of your life thus far, something like that. And I started to panic. And I'm laughing about it now because normally panic and panic attacks and that sort of an anxiety reaction for me, it takes a lot more than just somebody saying something or suggesting something. But I kid you not, when I read that question on this worksheet, I went into like almost straight panic because I realized, and this is very raw, and maybe I even shouldn't share it, but I'm going to share it because I believe that part of the reason I'm sharing on this channel, that I have a vlog, that I'm vlogging my experience, is for y'all out there, is so that people can connect, feel not alone, understand that they're not alone, and they go through things that other people go through, that I've been through, what you've been through at times probably. So let me try to reel this back in. So what I realized essentially was that until or unless I believe in myself, like truly, really believe, like I can't, essentially I can, but I shouldn't. If I continue to borrow the beliefs of others in myself, rather than have an organic, authentic belief in myself, I'm just kind of screwing myself over. And it was sort of like a, well, duh, like no wonder things aren't flowing in the way that I thought moment, because I'm like, oh, well, I don't even myself really believe this. And I say it with so much passion because I'm sure I'm not alone. Because like I slightly illustrated, you know, I had a relatively normal childhood in life. I've had a relatively non-traumatic, although I do believe that all of us experience traumas, and I have, of course, experienced my own traumas. Given that still, though, I'm a pretty positive person, and I've done a lot of work on myself and on my beliefs and flipping a lot of beliefs. So when this arose, I went, oh my, oh no, because I realized I have to, not have to, that I get to work on really believing in myself. Because there's no reason that we shouldn't believe in ourselves. We come here as innocent babies with, it's so crazy, but with these beautiful dreams. And for some strange reason, a part of the human experience of growing up is that society teaches us, nah, honey, you can't have those beautiful things. You're crazy for believing in that. Don't chase those things. Society fills us honestly full of crap. And our job as we evolve and awaken is to unwind, unravel, and undo and let go of all this garbage to become in the end our pure selves. And that sounds very holier than thou. It's not how I mean it. I just have realized that over my life, part of our jobs as our own individual people as responsible for ourselves is like to get out the gunk. It's to clean up your own garbage. And understand when I say that, I'm saying it with so much love, because I have had to and continue to get to clean out my own gunk. And it's a journey that is ongoing. And it's a journey that when you're in those moments of having to clear out your own gunk, it really doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't look good. I mean, let's be honest, you're clearing out junk from your system. And also, it is some of the most valuable work you'll ever do on and with yourself, for yourself. Because let me ask you this question. What would you rather do? How would you rather live? Would you rather continue to live your life in whatever way you're living, and perhaps, let's just use my parents as an example, believe that A, change isn't necessarily possible, B, that maybe you're too old for change, or C, that like, I don't know, that you don't have some higher purpose. All of these things are false, by the way. You have a higher purpose. You're here to achieve your dreams. And anyone who has unfortunately molded, your psyche into the situation where you don't believe in yourself, that's the biggest crime, I swear. What is that quote? The comparison is the thief of joy. It's true. It's so, so true. And I realize I often compare myself with others, and I really, really have got to stop doing that. I'm saying this to me as much as you. Please don't compare yourself with others. It really does just steal your own joy and your own peace of mind. And for what? We all came here, and I've said this a million times, and I will continue to preach about it. You came here to be exactly the incarnations of ourselves that we are. So the more that we stifle and resist, deny ourselves, we're just boxing ourselves in smaller and smaller into a teenier, tinier little space. And I would bet that you don't want to live in a teeny, tiny little dark space. You're not a sad, square, gray box, as my friend Maria would say. You want to be a bright, shiny box. Anyway, so I wanted to really encourage you guys with so much love to inspect your own beliefs. Take a look, take an itinerary. That's not what it's called. An inventory. Sorry, wrong word. English is hard sometimes. Take an inventory of your own beliefs. What do you believe? Then when you've done that, I seriously encourage you to look at them and go, is this true? And should I continue to keep believing it? Because the beautiful thing about having the power of choice is and as naive as it may seem, you get to curate. We get to curate our experience here for a large part. You can choose to say, you know what, universe, I'm following you. I'm taking your hand and I'm trusting where you're going to lead me, and just start to follow the nudges, the nudges. And by nudges, I just mean the things that make you feel good. If it's playing the handpan, play the handpan more. If it's painting, then paint. If it's reading, then read. Whatever it is that makes you happy, do more of it and see where that journey takes you. This has already become a lengthy video. However, this subject was super important. Oh, and I don't even know if I finished my question. So I saw my note and it reminded me to ask the question. The question was, would you rather be stuck in this hypnotic trance lulled system of patterns of what you've been doing over and over and getting the same, maybe not ideal results for yourself? Or would you possibly realize that maybe one of your beliefs is off, or that you don't have a belief where you should have a belief in yourself? And instead realize that not only do you deserve to get that beautiful dream that you have, but you have every capability inside of yourself to do it. And if you don't, understand that the universe will bring you the people or things that you need to help you to get there. And I know it sounds insane. So my question, I guess, basically to you is, well, what would you rather do? Continue along and find out much, much later that as a result of X belief, you didn't pursue Y, which would have gotten you to this amazing goal? Or would you rather find that out later and realize that something so simple as, it's simple in theory, right? It's just a matter of discovering your own beliefs and then flipping them for some. I talk about this a lot, and I won't keep on it about this in this video. However, your mind can either be your greatest enemy or your greatest ally, and it is up to us to whether we let it control us and run our lives and run the show and run our choices, or whether we step back in control and turn that crazy machine back into an ally, and to realize that with that, as a team, you and the universe can co-create literal magic. And I know I sound like a crazy person saying that, but it's true. We can literally create literal magic on Earth. And the more you open yourself up to that, the more science fiction your life will become in the best possible way. It has happened for me, and I know I'm not a unique case in that, because as far as the world was concerned prior to now, and even myself, I was just your girl next door, like just the gal, that down home country gal. And to end this off, I just want to remind you guys to be authentic, to be authentically yourselves, because as much as I may even sometimes fight it myself, it's a beautiful thing when you can accept yourself, because you are truly here to be exactly who you are, no more, no less. And your journey of even your own self-development and growth is there for your best version, for you to evolve into your best life and your best version. So you can do this, you've got this. And just again, to bring it back to the title, beliefs will always win. So if you're finding that you're getting a result in your life that you don't like, examine your beliefs and discover if perhaps there's a belief that doesn't jive, and maybe there's one that you can reframe and rework for your benefit.
Also, just a small side note, I realized today that, wow, today is my 100th vlog, so congratulations, me, on 100 days of consistency and commitment to yourself for 100 days, which you didn't think you were going to do. Anyway, you guys can all do this too, is the moral of the story.
So without further ado, if you need any support or coaching, you can, as always, reach out to this email address. And I would be blessed and happy to see you beautiful cats in the next one. Stay well, stay healthy, and take care of yourselves. Namaste, and much love.